Pilgrims here with you again. I'm going to be telling you why I carry and why I have a concealed carry permit, why you should get one too, even if you live in a place like I do that's about to have constitutional carry. I still believe it's a good idea to have your permit, and here's why. So if you go on vacation to another state, or if you work and travel, you might not have to have a permit where you live at, but in that other state, you most likely would have to have a permit. So to keep that in mind as well. They'd recognize your state's permit, but they wouldn't recognize that you say constitutional carry is in my state. All right, now going on from that, the reason why I carry is because, I know what it's like in the real world. I've experienced some time out there. I'm not going to sit here and say I've been homeless for weeks or months on end or years, but I haven't had a place to stay before a couple of times, or for like 2 or 3 days straight sometimes. I had slept in the bushes before. So I definitely know the world's a tough place. I've met some real crazy sons of bitches too out there just walking around on the streets and stuff. And they're out there, since they closed down all the mental asylums, these people are roaming the streets like zombies, like hordes. And they're just walking around talking about the most insane things to people, and they don't care who you are. They'll come up and tell you some stuff, and you're like, what? That's not, I've never heard that before. I've heard, you hear about shit like this in movies, but out there on the streets, though, it is gritty. And I'm not trying to sit here and say I've been on the streets, but I've experienced it a time or two, and that's why I believe in concealed carrying, because you could have worked hard to get some. I've known some people before that, well, these guys I knew, right? They saw that somebody had $20,000 or $30,000 in the back, like in a briefcase or something, and they tried to chase the dude down. But luckily that was in the dude managed to get away, though. Thank God that these guys didn't. These were no friends of mine, by the way. There's just people I knew. And they tried to chase this dude down with his 20 or 30,000. You never know what's gonna happen. You never know. People could see something. They could look at you and be like, oh yeah, this guy, he looks like he has something. But that's why I can still carry. People, they're crazy. They're just crazy for no reason, or they could just be out there trying to get something that you worked hard to get yourself. The concept of working hard to get something does not compute with some people, and they just believe that the criminal lifestyle is stealing shit and taking it, and that is better than actually getting out and earning it and working it and putting your time in, doing your taxes, building your credit, this, that, and the other in third degree. But that's why I can still carry, because they're out there. But this, you're gonna want to get yourself a nice little holster. This right here, I spent about $45 on last year, or about $40. I do not remember the brand of it, honestly, because the tag fell off of it. I plan on getting one that's better, but it's held my 45 really damn good over the past year though, and I carry this with me like pretty much everywhere whenever I'm not at work. You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing. You're not going to want to wear tight clothes. You want to wear something that's a little bit loose so you won't be printing. Okay, and for those of you that don't know what printing's where, let's say this. Look, now you can see a firearm, but boom, you can't, you don't want people to see that, because if a criminal or somebody that's truly insane sees that, they're going to come up behind you and grab it, and that's something to keep in mind. But, I prefer to keep it up front. A lot of people like to keep it behind, but this is where I keep my knife at usually, is in the back. But, you have it up here, quick access. Fingers always off the trigger. That wasn't a very good example though just now, because the holster came out with the gun, but I've seen videos before where they pull it out and the holster just goes flying, but then they still have the pistol. So that's something to keep in mind as well. I just want to mention this again, nothing I ever show off in these videos or load it, and I always keep the mag separate, and I always keep the ammo locked up in my safe. So I also do not forget about the gun safety. Whenever I show any firearms, I always feel like I have to just push that extra hard, just to remember your firearm safety and keep your fingers off the trigger. All right. And another reason why I own firearms in general, though, is because one time there was one of my neighbors, his brother. I guess they were drinking and having a good time that night, right? So it was like 4 or 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, something like that. I hear banging and ringing the doorbell loud. And I'm like, stop it. At first I thought it was my dad, because, that's something that he would do. He'd knock on the door that early, but he wouldn't just go insane like that. and he didn't stop, and I had just gotten this 2 days prior to that, right? So that was a pretty insane coincidence that I just gotten this. So if this dude would have tried anything bad, he would have had this to contend with. Now the short barrel on this, that's why it holds 10, 1 in the chamber and 9 in the mag, by the way. And this is my llama, the subcompact 45. And I believe that subcompact, that you're only gonna need 10 for self-defense situation usually, But that's why it's still good I did carry an extra mag. But this dude, he kept on doing. I opened the door and I was like, "What's up?" And this guy tried to push himself in. I didn't pull it. I didn't put it up in his head or nothing like that, or like pistol whip him, or like be like, "Oh, I have this." What I did was I was like, "Hey man, get out of my house!" And I slammed the door in his face. But I did have this thing attached to me in the back, though. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. However, any other thing like that, that's why it's good to take in the gun safety and take in the pay attention to your classes. Like I got my concealed carry permit, right, but like I didn't go to the in-person classes because of all the corona stuff, but I did pay attention to my online classes and my tests that I took. And also, I'm from Louisiana, I grew up in Oklahoma and Texas, and I live in Tennessee, so what else is there to know that, keep all that in mind. And even if you are having constitutional carry, once more, still get that permit, because if you want to go on vacation or work and travel, you could find yourself needing that permit but not having that. And keep an eye out for the next couple of days, y'all, in the week. We're going to keep on having videos come out. We're going to keep on having better content we're pushing. I'm going to show you guys some more stuff. We're going to start getting out there now. We're about to start our spring garden soon. We're going to show you guys us planting some potatoes here soon. We're going to show you the ladies' self-defense setup. I'm going to show you the self-defense equipment I set up for my wife here soon, too. And we got a couple other things, though, coming up for you guys. And I want to give a big thank you to Hutch Homestead for throwing that commercial out there. I hope you guys like the intro to this video, because that was the commercial that Hutch showed on his show today on the Hot Box. But God bless you guys. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more.